Hey everybody and welcome to Let's Play Endless Space Disharmony, my second try at beating the game at hard. First time, if you watched the series, we got backstabbed pretty badly by the neighboring United Empire. Yeah, I feel there's not much that I've could done to escape my fate, but I uploaded that anyway since some people really like to see others suffer, so there you go. You got something to laugh at. Now, let's try it again, shall we? For those of you who skipped the first series, and I'm quickly gonna go over the setup. Well, don't pick the harmony. So first of all, we're gonna pick the United Empire. Just a race that I didn't really play yet, but from the description and from their traits, they seem very strong. And I felt I could deal with the early game opponents in the last game pretty well. It's just that there's two of them, so I wasn't able to beat them. But we shall see if we can't get a little more lucky this time. Other races that might be interesting for later Let's Plays are the Sheridan. Just for their mechanic, it seems they only have abilities and affinities that deal with dust, which makes sense as a former mercenary band that now formed a race, I guess. They get a lot of extra dust. Their heroes can steal dust, and also their faction trait lets them buy out buildings more cheap than other races. 33% cheaper, in fact. These sowers, even though after some research they seem like one of the worst races, but I really like to try them. I just love the art style and the concept, the sowing and colonizing machines waiting for their masters to return, the endless that would be. So, maybe for the next one. Or pilgrims. The races are all very well designed. Anyway, so we're gonna stick with the Empire. Except that. And color red seems fine. Maybe blue seems better, if I could actually hit that button. Okay. I've downgraded to 5 opponents. Just so to reduce the chance that I have an opponent sitting immediately next to me. Because that really screws up your start, and then one of the AIs can run ahead. And they are very good at exploiting weakness. Once they see you a couple 100 points behind, they're gonna backstab you hard, and that's what happened last time. Anyway, so yeah, the rest stays the same. Disc shape seems fine. I don't really mind. Difficulty hard. Game speed normal. Medium sized, so we don't have to wait for the action. And let's get to it. For those of you watching this the first time, just gonna leave on the Empire intro for you to watch. Enjoy!
They're not so united, the planets of this united empire. It's more a gaggle of unruly imperial corporations run by insolent dukes. But their armies are strong, their economy is efficient, and their ships are powerful. I fear that they may be the ones who will finally unite or dominate the galaxy. They'll turn it into a shrine to the gods of commerce, a profane church with Emperor Maximilian Zelivas as its high priest.
Yep, that's the plan. So let's get to setting up the first couple of moves that we're gonna make. Now, yeah, I'm not gonna go through this search for Origa text. Just too long and boring. So let's take a look if we got any luck with the heroes. I recognize that face from the intro. Wow, they really recycle the art, I guess. So she would... I hate it when they can't really have one fleet commanding and one Star system commanding trait. It's really... why can't do be more specialized? So this guy also, adventure, and an administrative trait, and this is our fleet commander, definitely. So he's an adventurer and a fleet commander. So that's a very nice combination. So his skills and attributes are all going to benefit fleet combat. The other ones, sadly, we didn't get an administrator. We only get corporates. This 3-bar thingy would be a corporate trait. That's a little sad, because I really enjoy the early production boost that the administrative hero can give you. But we're gonna take what's been offered. He's a pilot and he's an adventurer. I'm not even sure. Let's take a quick look, shall we, at the pilot tree. So he gets tactical 1 and 2, team spirit, okay. Tinkerer. Yeah, it doesn't seem that useful. I mean, don't get me wrong, the defense system specialist really, sorry, really seems good, but the other skills, meh, not so great. Let's take a look at the adventurer. I think the adventurer is my most favorite one. Yeah. So the adventurer gets this fast reboot, and you can take it up a little more. And what that allows you basically is to sit in the enemy territory and regenerate your health. That's really useful for when you're sieging a system and you're just not sure if the enemy still has fleets around. So you usually before sieging you had some battles. So if your ships are a little damaged, it's very, very useful that you can keep them around and just have them regenerate in the enemy territory and don't have to switch them out for new ships and be vulnerable in the meantime. So I think he's gonna be our fleet commander, as well as Mrs. TecToss, of course, because she got the adventurer and the commander trait, both very useful. But nobody cares for now, since we don't have the money for any heroes. So let's set up the system first. Let's take a look. We got 1 tundra, asteroid belt, and a Terran system. So of course we're gonna go for the heavy isotope refineries first, just to get a production boost and set up for the long term. And we're also gonna wait. Yeah, I feel we also want the additional production exploitation, just because the asteroid belt, we wouldn't be able to settle that anytime soon. And the tundra, well, we could settle the tundra. Yeah, we could actually settle the tundra. So let's go for the standard food exploitation, because this one's going to give us +1 for a planet and +1 for the planet being Terran. So that's the starting system setup. Now let's search our sweet spot here. Looks like it's going to be 30% tax again. That's going to give us +10, so we could hire a hero next turn. And of course it's going to maximize our production and food output. So set up the tech real quick. Let's go for the faster research, like most of my games. And again, I'm going to hold off on the colonization tech route, just because I'm not sure what my neighboring systems are, and I wanna choose the appropriate tech for that. So for now it looks like tundra, so let's maybe queue it up, but not really sure. And after that we're usually gonna go for the iron torpedoes. That would be our first missile system, and set up some, or not set up, but design some missile ships. So again, for those of you watching the first time and not that familiar with Endless Space, let's take a quick overview of the tech tree. I promise I'll make it short and sweet. So the left side, well, let's first start the tech tree. Like you can see, it's divided in 4 categories. The left side is going to be the diplomatic techs. Those actually need to be researched, so you have the appropriate diplomatic actions. Like you can't even declare peace. Whoops, shouldn't click on that, dummy. There we go. We can't even declare peace unless we researched it. It's a little weird, but I actually like the concept, especially for the alliances and the technology trade and stuff, because it makes the tech tree a little more viable, and you really need to choose a little more and spend some time if you want to be diplomatic. You can't just take it as a given. That's gonna give the more diplomatic races a little advantage in that respect. Also, what I didn't mention last time, the orange techs, they are race specific. So every race has a couple of those orange techs, and as you can see, most of our techs are in the high-end weapon and in the colonization tech tree, and some even in the diplomatic, even though we are not that diplomatic, so I don't really get that. But anyway, Empire's influence added to the home system. Well, let's deal with that later. So we're not gonna research the diplomatic tech route that much. Sorry, I get brain lag sometimes. It happens. Because just we're gonna be more aggressive, and also most of those techs we don't actually need, but we're gonna need some basics like the luxury resources. We're gonna need the money enhancements, and of course we're gonna need the basic happiness tax, because happiness is a big thing in this game. So the upper tech tree is the weapon tax, where it's roughly divided at least for the start in beam weapons to your left, and the more kinetic projectile based weapon systems to the right. And we're gonna choose the right route, if that the route to the right. Anyway, so because we are gonna go for the missile systems, just they pack a very heavy punch, and I like the long range damage systems, and of course more importantly the siege techs are in here, and we're gonna need those if we want to effectively take over some star systems. Now the right side is what they call applied sciences, and that's basically flat enhancements for your industrial exploitations, and also buildings that you can build on planet systems, and the same for science. Like you got a flat 15 science bonus, and plus some percentage on certain planetary types, and again the same one here, and but here is a planetary exploitation, so it's gonna make you increase your science and production output. So that's applied science in that sense. Some ship enhancements and tactics in there, mostly dealing with increasing your tonnage on the ships so you can fit more modules. The last tech tree we're going to take a look at is the exploration and expansion tech. Here you can research the different star system types like tundra and arid and desert and whatnot, so you could actually colonize them. And what's most interesting in here for us is the ship types, different ones. So we got the first, not the first one, the second one. The first one would be our destroyer, and it's gonna have a little cost reduction, 5%, for building them on the star system. This one's gonna have weapon module tonnage reduction. This one also ship cost reduction. So yeah, we really wanna just looking at that powerhouse, I really like those big ships. Actually the Amoeba got some really cool ship designs, the slug ships. I really like them. Unfortunately they're a peaceful race, which sucks, but their ship designs top notch, man. Anyway, so yeah, here you're gonna also some luxury resources and some planetary enhancements. And some terraforming options are in here. So to give a short overview, the left is diplomacy, happiness, money. The right is production and science output. Top is your weapons and your sieging systems. Also planetary defense. Don't forget that, even though I rarely build it. And to the bottom is the expansion colonization tree. So, with that out of the way, we got our first research set up. Fleet screen, boring for now because we don't have any actual fleets. Just the starter colony ship and the scout. Diplomacy, same thing. No techs researched, no enemies, other races, sorry, found. And the heroes, we already let's try that again, shall we? We already took a look at that. And found out that we're sadly don't have any obvious hero for our first hero choice. But I think I'm gonna take Sea Pounders. First of all, it's again a great poor name. Like, if you're lacking that, Sea Pounders, that's gonna be good choice for your poor name. And I like the adventurer class type. So the corporate isn't that useful early on. Really would have liked an administrator, but it's better than nothing. At least we get some percentage bonus, and if we don't level him too high up the corporate ladder, we could just switch to adventurer later and have him command a fleet alongside our Mexican Rasta girl, Mrs. E. TecToss. So that's cool. Now let's get to the interesting part. Here we got a white sun. Interesting part being scouting for colonizable systems around us, of course. Heavy hydrogen content. Maybe some easily colonizable planets. Well, that sounds nice, and we got a lot of those around us. Yeah, easily colonizable planets are rare, and this guy has a very low chance of having easily colonizable planets. Let's take a look where we are actually. So this is the disk, and we are sitting at the bottom rightish, bottomish kind corner. So hopefully we get the corner of this system to our own, so we can build up before we have to start fighting. Or at least not get backstabbed. Let's cross fingers for that. Anyway, stop your whining and start scouting, shall we? So, just a question if we want to go for the nearest system, or if we want to go for this scouting event to the bottom. I think what I'm gonna do is send my scout here. Those events could be quite powerful early on, giving you some, maybe even some ships. And at the worst, just some percentage XP increase. And actually send the colony ship here, because it has a decent chance that we have a system that we could colonize already. And then we don't have to wait the 2 turns for the scout to travel there. And we could start colonizing right away. So, let's get the ball rolling, shall we? Finish that movement. Oh yeah, okay, let's take a look at that. Okay, plus 5 XP, so our fleet alpha, which is this sucker here, got some XP, which doesn't really matter much, but well, that's just the way it is. Sadly, we don't have any colonizable system here. Ooh, I want that. That's nice, because they're, well, yeah, it's gonna offset the happiness modifier for the Arctic planet, but it's also gonna decrease the science, which Arctic planets actually have a very good science output, as you can see. So anyway, this one though seems also interesting. Very strong production planet and got titanium, which we need for rockets. And this one sucks, but hey, so 2 okay-ish systems. Let's take a look here. Oh, so we got a Terran that we could colonize right away. We got an arid system that's gonna have a production bonus and a little happiness modifier and titanium. Arctic, well, we don't care about that for now. This one looks interesting though. So let's take a look at the next neighbor here. And I'm actually gonna send my colony ship down here just to grab this Terran system. And change our tech to, we got Tundra for now, but we want to have the isolation shields and be able to colonize arid. So we can colonize that neighboring system right away. Yo. And luxury resources, we need that. Okay, we got 20 gold, I hope. Yep. So let's take that. Porn Star Sea Pounders. Man, that's an awesome name. Sadly though, I don't think for the, what's that, the Harmony race, I don't think they work that way. But we're gonna take him anyway. Okay, heavy isotopes, still 5 turns, so nothing special here. Star with a legendary Riga has been discovered. Not by us, but the Riga system, it's not like it is in Master of Orion, the Orion system. It's actually a barren planet with a endless wonder on it, but not the strongest one, so we got an ocean planet, quite a big one, so that's nice. And some ancient ruins for money and science output, that's nice. So let's go for the scouting event. Wow, those are long distance travels. Really long distances, but well, what can you do? At least we don't have any unwelcome neighbors in our neck of the woods so far, so that's good. 22 gold. Can we afford this? Nope, we can't. So let's just take a turn. Our hero will level with the first building we finish, I think. And in general, they get... Oh, sorry for that. I just thought the titanium icon here looked like a ship for a moment. Because it could be pirates spawning, but... Anyway, I'm just being paranoid. So, where was I? Yeah, the heroes get XP from either... If they're assigned to the planet systems, they either get XP from finishing buildings on that system, or they will get XP from fighting. Mostly through winning. I think it's 3 XP for a win, 1 for a draw, none for a loss, something like that. But I'm not quite sure about that. Actually, that's the same kind of point system that the German soccer league has, so I wonder if I mixed something up in my head. Let's grab this Terran planet, shall we? Oh, zoom out 1 level again. What really annoys me a little bit out this game is if I move my mouse to the left, it's gonna rotate the entire star system. So I always have this rotatey effect. I mean, it's nice the first time, but it really goes on your nerves. I just would like a flat line of planets so I could have an overview, but whatever, that's criticism on a high level. Okay, let's look at the food output in this system. We got a barren, that's not, but we're not gonna settle that anytime soon. We need some more text to remove the planet anomaly, and we got an arid system that's okay-ish, also food-wise. But we get a couple of planets here, and they all don't produce that much food, so I feel, of course, first we're gonna go for the heavy isotope, but I feel we have to go for the food improvement. 6 turns, yeah. Yeah, I feel that's the way to go, since we probably will settle this arid system sometime soon, just to grab the titanium, and doesn't have the best food output, so we can cover that with our Terran system food production. This ocean one seems like a nice target for a colony ship too. We finished our public-private partnerships, or rather we're able to build that now because we finished isolation shields. And now we're gonna work on the arid colonization. We got the next one queued up. Yep, we got. Okay. So yeah, we get the flag for the first colony. Now let's take one more turn and call it an episode now. See if we get that event. Come on. Yes, we got it. Okay. What's that? +10. Okay. +10 dust, that is. I'm gonna take that. And we finished the heavy isotope refineries, and we got a hero level for that. So let's take a look at Mr. Pounder. The corporate tech tree. Actually, I choose that one so rarely, so I'm not really familiar with it. I see. So we can get director 1, and that's gonna give us a science. So he's gonna increase our science output, which actually isn't too bad. We could just go for the flat science and dust bonuses. Actually, I like that. And maybe the science percentage. And after we got 3 levels, let's switch him to a fleet general. And well, he sucks at that too, but anyway. So first we need some labor, but that's not gonna help us here. Yeah, we have to pick the wit right away, so we can get the 15 science output and the 20 dust output. And what's also nice is the Minister of Propaganda. Okay, the happiness bonus. That's really nice. Yeah, let's go that route. Mr. Corporate. Okay, we got 1 ship idling around. We can't have that. Just send him this way. And we got our first colony set up. We're gonna take a look. 2 turns for food, so let's queue up. We have 4 turns for planetary growth. So actually, should we grab? No, we need colonies right away. We have to start colonizing. So I guess we can't get the 5 population before we start building the colony ship. So we might as well. Or might we? Or might we not? Oh, decisions. No, let's leave it like that. Don't get any benefits. I'd rather save the money and buy the colony ship. Is that the plan? Okay, so we got this one set up. We got our basic science. We got the first colony, and our scout is en route to hopefully not find any annoying neighbors. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks guys again for watching, and if you like what you saw, leave a like or don't, but most of all, leave a comment. I'm really looking for some input on my playstyle, commentary. I know I screw up words a lot, but hey. So yeah, give me that, please. Anyway, have a nice day, and thanks for watching. Bye.